20 million people died defeating that son of a bitch, and he's our first ambassador to outer space.
Actually, the Hitler broadcasts were the first.
The 36th Olympics was the first television transmission of any power that went into space. That they recorded it and sent it back is simply a way of saying, hello, we heard you.
Or Sieg Heil, you're our kind of people.
I don't think so.
Wait a minute. Hitler and his politics have nothing to do with this. I mean, it's highly unlikely that they would understand what they were looking at, and people need to understand the science.
The people are in very good hands, Dr. Arroway. We'll take it from here.
The White House has just released a statement confirming that a message of unknown origin.
This is the product of years of exploration by some of the world's most distinguished scientists. Like all discoveries, this one will and should continue to be reviewed, examined, and scrutinized. It must be confirmed by other scientists. Even more fundamental, we will continue to listen closely to what it has to say as we continue the search for answers.
I'll answer your questions at the end, but first, a few corrections. Completely benign. The president has been in touch with heads of state from around the world, and every possible security measure is being taken. To better explain to you the events of the last 48 hours, I'm turning you over to the leader of the scientific team that made this remarkable decision, Dr. David Drumlin, special science. What does it mean, Doctor?
Well, we have no idea. It could be anything. It could be the first volume of an Encyclopedia Galactica.
Instructions to acquaint us with their colonization procedures.
Moses with a few billion new commandments.
How long will it take to decode it?
Oh, it could take forever. Well, we really need a primer up.
We need to get the best decryption people we have. I intend to use the VLA as my command post. In the meantime, my office is made out of preliminary budget.
Well, wait a minute. This is a privately funded operation. We're only leasing this time from the government.
If there's a more clear-cut case of eminent domain, I've never seen it. I'm going to recommend to the president that we militarize this project immediately.
What? This is my project. Nobody knows more about these scenarios than I do. David,
Ellie,
tell them how many years that I've been working.
Excuse me, could we calm down here? Now, I'm going to recommend that Dr. Drumlin administer and coordinate the decryption effort. However, in light of Dr. Arroway's long experience in these matters, for the time being, she will continue to direct operations at the VLA, with the express understanding that any future discoveries will be kept in the strictest of confidence until such time as the president can decide the most suitable course of action. Understood?
Yes. False.
This was the key for physics, geometry, chemistry. Next frame, Ellie.
We find this.
A machine? That does what, Doctor?
Well, we don't know. It might be some type of,
So if the president wishes to stay this course, I can guarantee you...
We won't be suppressing any opinions here today.
Ma'am.
Now, efforts to decode the message.
Excuse me, Miss Constantine, may I speak to you?
Oh, certainly.
I have a big problem.
Yes?
Do you know where I can find, like, a really great dress?
Is shouldering an enormous percentage of the financial burden.
But isn't it true that a lot...
Different nations are being compensated in different ways. For example,
The question that's on everyone's mind, will history repeat itself? With a piece of engineering this complex, with so many unknowns, could the unthinkable occur? The security in Hokkaido has been incredibly tight.
We'd go to all this trouble.
Dozens of lives were lost.
Wait a minute, let me get this straight. So what happens now? We give her a medal?
I'd say at least a healthy grant. I assume you read the confidential findings report from the investigating committee.
I flipped through it.
I was especially interested in the section on Arroway's video unit. The one that recorded the static.
Continue.
The fact that it recorded static isn't what interests me.
Continue.
What interests me is that it recorded approximately 18 hours of it.